It's a May Day, happy Workers' Day, and how are you celebrating? Of course, it has to be said that it is a special day, and on this special day, we are absolutely delighted to be here for Sports Extra. This lovely Wednesday. Okay, after a long drawn confusion over who Nigeria would play in Nigeria before moving to Egypt for the Africa Cup of Nations, it has been decided that Zimbabwe are the opponents of the Super Eagles, and that game will be played on June 8th, and the Super Eagles will be leaving Sabah on a chartered flight to Alexandria, Ismailia, that is, before moving to Alexandria in Egypt for the Nations Cup. It's good to know that that little problem have been sorted out, and we know our opponents in Nigeria. The game that we see the Nigeria Super Eagles actually play before their home fans for the last time before moving to Egypt for the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations. My name is Pasi Edmanuel. Good to welcome you on Sports Extra once again. All right, we will get someone to come in here and talk with us about the Super Eagles and the preparations and something much more than that, a reward system and how to recognize the players on the pitch. We will get to see him, but that will be after we have gone to France to take a look at the Ligue 1 matches that have been played. Don't forget that PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, they lost their third away match on the trot, and you want to ask, what is happening to that team that looks so impregnable, so ruthless and untouchable? But let's take a look at the French Ligue 1 highlights coming just here. All right, quite a lot of people will be wondering what is happening to PSG. Neymar, the coaches and the superstars there, 3 games on the trot on away grounds, they've lost them all. Okay, you have to say that these teams, they have their own time, they have their own low period, and times they have to lose games and then try to come back from it. And you're talking about losing games. We had a team that lost last night, that was in the UEFA Champions League. Tottenham Hotspur, they lost to Ajax Amsterdam, a team no one gave a chance to get this far, but Ajax are just confounding everyone, their doubters and all of that. Okay, the results there showing that Tottenham were beaten on their new ground, 1-0 by a young Ajax team that is looking like the team to beat now. And then this Wednesday we are going to be having Barcelona and Liverpool at the Nou Camp. What a massive game that is promising to be. When you look at the attacking threat on both sides, you talk about the man Mohamed Salah, you talk about Firmino, Sadio Mane in Liverpool. Then Lionel Messi is there as well as Coutinho if he gets a chance to play against his former team. That is a massive one. A lot of people are waiting for it. I'm waiting for it, and we'll be back here to talk about the results tomorrow. But right now, I have joining me in the studio to talk about football, especially when it concerns Nigeria and the Super Eagles. Yes, the initiator of Nigerian Pitch Awards, security expert, consultant. Yes, we have Shina Phillips with us in the studio. Well, it's good to have you, Shina, on Sports Extra today.
That's always a pleasure to be here.
Yes, we can see you're really fired up. And the good news coming from the Nigerian Football Federation right now is the fact that we now have a team that will play the Super Eagles in Nigeria before they move to Egypt for the African Cup of Nations. That must be an encouraging development.
Well, a good one. I really commend the Glass House for this. The president has done greatly. We've had a couple of friendly matches. With this, it's a good send-forth for Super Eagles, a good warm-up match. And I'm sure that the Nigerian Pitch Awards will be there.
All right, here talking about the Nigerian Pitch Awards. So of course, that is something that a lot of people have been talking about, that we need to actually encourage the players who are playing on the pitch, not just the players, coaches as well, as even the fans and journalists. Well, this has been coming for upwards of how many years now?
We're just coming. We're cruising into the 6th edition of the prestigious Nigeria Pitch Awards. And as you rightly said, this is just one award that basically recognizes players on the pitch and then those off the pitch. You know, we look at the players, we look at those who are behind the scene, and we look at also administrators, those who are, you know, out there thinking of the right policies and ensuring that this game becomes very vibrant and very, very, very feasible for all to invest in. So we tend to appreciate all of those people, and most importantly, again, the media. Because I look at the synergy, the media and and football generally. I think it's one romance that cannot be broken. And so if we must appreciate the players, we definitely must also look at those who bring them to the different homes out there, to those in their high fences, and that's the media. And of course, you know, when you look at the different categories of the Nigeria Pitch Awards, and I'll tell you the reason why the Nigeria Pitch Awards stands out as apparently one of the best in the country. You know, we've looked at a platform where we decided on a unique character that is built on credibility, it's built on transparency, and the integrity is just way up the board. And that's because we have a wonderful college of voters made up of media houses, editors, top journalists and analysts across the country, not just in one state, not just in one region, but totally across the country, you know, coming to a total of about 100 of them from inception to this very time. So it's watertight, it's apparently, you know, hinged on credibility.
We're looking at your categories. We have the categories for the king of the pitch. Yes. Is that going to be Odioni Gallo? So,
well, it is good to be.
And maybe the queen is going to be Asisha to Swala.
It is good to be predictive, but then it will be very unfair of me if I have any clue to who will become the winner. Reason being that we have, you know, an independent verifying body that is responsible for the voting, the entire process, the collating of these votes, and then, you know, like they've just done, they've released the nominees to us. The eventual result, that's the winners, still comes from them, and that's when they will definitely come with this result during the awards ceremony itself.
Now, Shina, yes. Let me take one interesting category that really caught the eye for me is the Sam Okparaji Award.
Yes.
Sam Okparaji, look into it. What's that all about?
Well, the Sam Okparaji Award, that category in particular is for administrators across the country, and reason being that we need to immortalize some of our great heroes, you know, the unique Yakinis of our past, Sam Okparaji. We all know what Sam Okparaji did during a very wonderful match that saw Nigeria sweat it out into the Nations Cup. And so we decided that administrators should remind a whole lot of us, the players and fans out there, that we have heroes that should not be forgotten. I always say that when great men die, you know, they are buried in the hearts of people. But then they are not buried, in quotes, but they are not buried if you don't have a process put in place to remind people that sometime way back, this man served this nation. These are patriotic men and women. And so for the Sam Okparaji Award, it's for administrators. And in this, I think Amaju Pinnick has won it once or twice. And now the nominees were released for that category. Now we have Amaju Pinnick, we have Sheyi Akiwumi, and then we have, who's the third person again now? The third person is the man of Bet Niger. The chairman of, I think, Ramoso.
You get to that when the awards actually come on stream. Okay, but we have to look at the footballers themselves.
Yes.
We have a new crop of players who are coming through. Okay. We have a new set of the Super Eagles that are actually giving the likes of Odioni Gallo, Michael Obi, push. And this award should actually be one that is designed to actually encourage younger players to come through.
Absolutely.
Do we have things that will actually encourage the domestic league players as well?
Well, you see, part of the vision of the Nigeria Pitch Awards is to see to it that, you know, new crop of players emerge. And that's why we have a category that encourages those in government, especially the state governors, you know, to come in. That's why we have the category for the state with the best grassroots developmental program. And over the years, we've seen states that have invested hugely and they've been able to, churn out young players. And so when we see emergence of young players in our national team, we know that also the essence of this award is to add value to those who help these young players to come, and more so for those who are playing, that will also add value to them. So if an Igalo or a Musa wins or a Mikel wins, we know that through this platform, because it's transparent, value has been added to them, and it also, increases their bargaining power. And more importantly is that, as they say, that to whom much is given, much is expected. These players become inspiration to young players out there. The whole essence of any award, as I would think, and from all that we put in place, is that anyone applauded, anyone commended, will become an inspiration to others, and they want to do better and say, well, if he can win this, I will do whatever it takes to get there.
All right, there is still Sports Extra right here on Africa Independent Television. Shina Phillips is still very much here, and we just have to move on and talk about the UEFA Champions League matches were played yesterday, and we saw how Tottenham were beaten by Ajax, and there is going to be another match coming this Wednesday. Barcelona up against, Liverpool, and let's see the reaction. Okay, that is not quite ready now. The odds will always be there for Liverpool to actually make it count against their opponents. Jurgen Klopp has said that they will suffer, that is, Liverpool will suffer against Barcelona, but they would surely have their chances. Shina, okay, let's talk a bit about this. Yes, you're a football person,
yes.
So apart from the awards, yes, you have to talk about what is happening in the UEFA Champions League.
I'll be very straight about it.
Yes, exactly.
You see, we have a young, vibrant Ajax team coming from Holland. Whatever you see of this team is not straight. It's actually the way, whenever the teams from that region, whenever they decide to go for the cup, they always come firebrand. And so it was no surprise that, fortunately, it was not humiliating for Tottenham. It was a good result, so as it were. But I know that the Ajax team definitely would have won if you had allowed me to predict, just as much as I'll predict of the Barca
okay, what's
team.
your prediction for the Barcelona and Liverpool?
No, I'll tell you, because, of course, Liverpool is a team with its own unique character. But when you have a team that has gotten used to winning, so Barca has this winning streak mentality, and I don't think they're just going to lose it for anyone. So my prediction...
Could that be down to the fact that they have Lionel Messi?
Well, if you want to put it that way, I mean, if you're a strategist and you need one man to give you the result you want, then let's say because they have Lionel. But I tell you, it's a team that is well coordinated, it's a team with its own character, and they have a winning mentality. Trust me, Liverpool is going down.
Okay, what would be the result?
2-0.
Barcelona.
Barca 2. Liver 0.
Well, I hope I will be able to get you back here when Mohamed Salah and Mane will make the match.
As much as it's my brother from this continent, I always say, and that's what we have with the Nigerian Pitch Awards, okay. Whatever you do must be a quintessence of your very self. Barca has got that character, and they will give it. Okay,
like the Pitch Awards, you say. Yeah. All right, Shina Phillips there talking about Barcelona. Let us move on to something else outside of football. Caster Semenya. This is a lady who is torn into so many. She's been involved in so much controversy just by the reality of her existence, the fact that she looks like a man, actually giving her so much problem. And now a court has actually dismissed her appeal. Let's see.
Caster Semenya and ASA requested that the DSD regulations be declared null and void. By majority, the CAS panel has dismissed the request for arbitration, considering that Caster Semenya and ASA were unable to establish that the DSD regulations were invalid. The panel found that the DSD regulations are discriminatory, but the majority of the panel found that on the basis of the evidence submitted by the parties in the procedure, such discrimination is a necessary, reasonable and proportionate means of achieving the IAAF's objective of preserving the integrity of female athletics in some track events of international competitions, that is from 400 meters to 1 mile. In its award, the panel also stressed that while much of the argument in this procedure has centered around the fairness of permitting Miss Semenya to compete against other female athletes, there can be no suggestion that Miss Semenya or any other female athlete in the same position has done anything wrong. This is not a case about cheating. Miss Semenya is not accused of breaching any rule. She has done nothing whatsoever to warrant any personal criticism.
Caster Semenya, you look at her, you kind of lost as to, oh, is that a man, is that a boy, is that a girl, a woman? But again, the fact has to be established that she didn't create herself. If she is a woman, then we have to accept her as a woman.
Well,
Shina.
Well, when you look at her physiognomy, but bringing it down to her mannerism, it's enough to make anyone conclude that the he, she, or the she, he, you know, as it were, can easily, you know, be regarded as a man. But then, you know, she's not bionic. If she was, I'm sure they would have pitched her amongst men, and then let's see what her performance will be. Perhaps that will give us a true picture of
but in all of this, our performances do not come close to what the men can actually turn up.
Well, you see,
is a woman.
No, listen.
Just a bit ahead of the women.
Can you just say the mannerism and all that? You know, but I know the science. I mean, with all the DNA and all the genetic research and conducted on her, I think that they should be able to tell us precisely. There shouldn't be any confusion about this. You know, except if we want to politicize it or make it. If she had not been an African and she's delivering like this, what would be the real story? Could there have been any contention? With this dismissal, they're indirectly saying that she's not a girl.
So where does she go from here?
Well, let's carry on the appeal. Let's keep fighting. If she lost being a woman and she is one, then let her
continue to push.
All we need right now is for her to have the right publicists. And let them begin to churn the right information about her, and let there be proof, you know, let them come with proof that indeed this is a woman, and let her get more, you know, endorsement, female endorsement, wares, you know, sport, female wares and all of that. I think people will begin to, you know,
see her.
That will resonate, you know, they'll get to see her, and let her also, you know, all she needs is just the right publicist. They'll have campaign for her. She becomes a feminist and she's talking on behalf of women, hugging women appropriately.
And that's a challenge for those women who are feminists. Feminism, a movement that actually seeks to defend women in their troubled times. Caster Semenya is in trouble. Feminism movement, the women, wherever you are, you have to actually try to see to it that you help this young lady. Shina Phillips, I want to say a very big thank you for coming on. We have our time is far spent.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to seeing the Pitch Awards. Something different from all the other ones that you have been doing.
We believe that with the Nigeria Pitch Awards, we are open. We have a wonderful college of voters, an accounting auditing firm that sees to the result. And, you know, you're one of the commentators we have in this country. You know, we look at those handling terrestrial and those on and we think the Nigeria Pitch Awards as a body think that we should have a category for commentators. We remember the likes of Ernest Okonkwo and all that. You bring joy to a lot of us out there. And so we'll definitely, you know, bring that category in. And also, I must use this opportunity to thank Dark Communication, AIT. You guys have done greatly. You've encouraged us to start the award of this nature. And I think the High Chief himself and AIT, who often, you know, give us live broadcast of our different matches, should get Achievement Award from Nigerian Pitch Award. Using my position as the initiator, and I've already conveyed the message to the board, we are going to honor AIT. Thank you for the wonderful job you've been doing.
And thank you so very much too for
My pleasure.
recognizing that we are actually deserving of awards. Yes, that was Shina Phillips, the initiator of the Nigerian Pitch Awards, and a concise sports analyst and football expert, and not to forget the fact that he's also a security expert as well. All right, this is where we want to draw the curtain as far as Sports Extra for this day is concerned. Enjoy your day, Workers' Day, May Day. Celebrate it with moderation, and do know that there's always another day to join us on Sports Extra. And another day is not far off at all. In the next 24 hours, we will be returning right here with another exciting package. My name is Basi Manuel. Do have yourself a fantastic holiday, and do know that we are always here for you. Bye on behalf of the production team.
He stuffs the Sterling Brown.
Oh my goodness, he's been getting where he wanted, just not able to connect.
Middleton for three. Middleton for three. A bit thus far. You see Morris and Baines. Giannis throws. And a 10-0 run for the Bucks.
Way to use the rim to hold
pass. Jaylen Brown with a series of moves has to pop it back out. Here's Irving from deep for three.
before the defense gets set up.
Jaylen Brown. Circuit shot by Brown. Wow.
What a beautiful move. Didn't understand how he was going to get
30-footers and the occasional step-back three. Off the steal. Here comes Bledsoe. Change of direction. Fires it out. Three-point.
the rock.
Bledsoe passing out of 40. Middleton. Over his back. Up front with Giannis and Middleton. By Giannis. It's the move by Morris. Goes all the way. And the tip.
Their way, but Boston is fighting and playing hard. Kyrie getting the extra ball. With a little shoulder shake right there, Mark.
This is game 2 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series. Bledsoe again. 21 points for Eric Bledsoe. Golden State, Curry. With that tip hand will try and get the deuce. Down 26-17, down by 9. Fake, 3, Curry, good! Dazzle. Warriors are shooting 45%. Rockets have never led. Warriors have led by 14. 3 by Harden. Right up. His eyes are fine. Illness, virus in the Utah series. Durant, he's knocked out. And 6 assists. Thompson catches, fires, 3. Kevin Durant with 20. Looney, 3. Thompson again. Here at 7. Curry behind the back, dancing on Rivers. Lost the ball and a turnover by Steph Curry. Rivers ahead and in the lane and a fine Green in the corner for a triple. Bulls, and they put Green on him in the shot clock at 6. Harden, step back, 3. Good!
That is rhythm.
Wow, he does indeed.
Couple lay-ins. Especially with Durant. Harden trying to guard him down low.
Curry will let it rip. 3. Under 6 to play. Into Green. In the feed. Green the screen. Got it from Green defends Durant, who puts up a 20-footer.
Please. No one on earth is going to stop that.